everyone, welcome to our story corner. Today we are going to listen to a story of Queen Draupadi. Draupadi is also known as Panchali. She was the daughter of King Drupada of Panchala. She was born from the fire during a yajna. Draupadi was not born like an ordinary human. She emerged from a sacred fire destined for a divine purpose. It was said she was born to bring the downfall of the Kauravas. So her path was guided not just by choice but cosmic design. Also, in previous life, Draupadi is said to have prayed for a husband with 5 qualities: virtue, strength, skill, beauty, and wisdom. The gods told her no single human being had all the 5 qualities. So in her next birth, she had 5 husbands. This prophecy plays out in her marriage to Pandavas. Draupadi Swayamvara was one of the most dramatic events in the epic. Princes from across the land gathered, including the Pandavas, as disguise. Pandavas, after escaping the Varnavat, they were hiding in disguise. The challenge was to string a massive bow and shoot the arrow through a rotating target, which only Arjuna could achieve. In twist of fate, when Pandavas returned home and told their mother Kunti, "Mother, please see what we have brought," she unknowingly said, "Share equally among yourselves." Once truth came out, Kunti was horrified, but her word was considered sacred as Draupadi was raised in a royal dharmic tradition where a mother-in-law's commands is not to be disobeyed, especially publicly. Also, marrying all 5 Pandavas unite them completely. Had Draupadi only married Arjuna, there could have been jealousy or division. Marrying all 5 kept the brothers united and strong, which was essential for their survival and future battles. Draupadi was highly intelligent. Instead of resisting fate and causing division, she chose to embrace the higher purpose. Her marriage with the all 5 brothers was not out of submission. It was an act of strategic acceptance. She knew her destiny was tied to theirs and to a greater battle. The 5 Pandavas represent 5 elements, and Draupadi was the soul that binds them together. Honoring her words and divine will, Draupadi became a wife of all 5 Pandava brothers. One of the darkest moments of Mahabharata was when Yudhishthira gambled away his kingdom, his brothers, himself, and finally Draupadi in a rigged dice game. Draupadi was dragged into the royal court and humiliated by Duryodhana and Dushasana. She was publicly humiliated in front of the elders like Bhishma, Drona, and Vitra. It was not just a personal insult. It was an attack on the womanhood, dignity, and dharma itself. When she lost all the hope, Krishna intervened, ensuring her modesty was preserved by miraculously providing an endless stream of cloth. When her sari was being pulled in Vastrahar. Even before getting insulted, Draupadi asked everyone in the court, "How can Yudhishthira gamble me when he himself is a slave?" Once saved by divine intervention, Draupadi stood tall, her eyes blazing with righteous fury. She vowed in the very court, "I will not tie my hair until I wash it with Dushasana's blood." This was not just a war of revenge. It was a declaration of war, of justice. Her words ignited that fire that eventually consumed the Kauravas. Though she did not fight on the battlefield, Draupadi's role was pivotal. Her strength, sorrow, and righteous anger fueled the Pandavas. Pandavas went to 13 years of exile along with Draupadi, the 13th year being an incognito. Draupadi was dressed as the maid of the queen of Vrata. Draupadi's humiliation ignited her war for justice and became a key catalyst of Kurukshetra war. After the war, she became the queen of Hastinapura. Yet her life remained full of sacrifices and trials. Despite being wrong, Draupadi did not break. She stood against an empire, demanded answers, and shaped history with her words, with her will, and her sheer presence. She is remembered not as a victim, but as a warrior queen who demanded justice and got it. Draupadi represents justice for women, especially those wronged not by strangers but by their own families, society, and systems. Her experience in Mahabharata is not just personal, it is universal, a cry for dignity, for fairness, and for truth. Betrayal comes from those meant to protect. Even when she wanted to stop the war, seeing the destruction, she gathered her courage and asked, "I am a queen, but was treated like a slave. If I am not safe, then who is?" From the Draupadi, we have to learn never stay silent in the face of injustice, even when the world turns away. When Draupadi was humiliated in the Kaurava court, she spoke for herself, questioning dharma and demanding answers. Your scars are not an identity. They can be your strength. Draupadi was wronged, insulted, and humiliated, but she never let herself to be defined by that pain. She rose with fire in her soul and transformed her humiliation into purpose and power. The true strength lies in maintaining your dignity even in the worst moments. Despite being wrong multiple times, Draupadi remained a dignified queen. She never lost her intellect, composure, or values. Justice is not vengeance. It is a demand for balance. Ask the hard questions. Never stop questioning the system when it's broken. Draupadi did not accept injustice. She challenged the court, questioned the morality of dharma, and made even the wise rethink their beliefs. Draupadi's story is not just a tale of suffering, but a timeless legacy of courage, dignity, and unshakable power of the women who stood tall against injustice. Changed the course of history. Draupadi's legacy is not born by time. It lives on as a symbol of strength, wisdom, and justice. She became a voice for women's silence, for family honor. Women punished by cultural expectation. Women told to endure rather than resist. Her justice was not just revenge. It was a reset, of moral balance. Thank you for watching. We will meet again in the next video. Please share and subscribe for more videos.